Hello everyone, Nigel here with you, Nigel's Modelling Bench, and here we have a review that I know a lot of you want to see. This is the brand new Airscale 1/32 Boulton Pole Defiant Mark 1. This is Peter's first full kit. Airscale, as you know, is a sort of a one-man band, little company that makes a lot of aftermarket accessories for your model aircraft, and Peter is actually the owner of the company. Is one of the best modelers I've ever met on the planet. Some of his work, his scratch building and everything is absolutely stunning. He does a lot of 1/18 scale aircraft and completely scratch built, and yeah, they are stunning. So this is his first kit. It's, as I said, it's a 1/32 scale Boulton Pole Defiant. It's a mainly 3D printed model. The clear parts are injection molded, so you'll have beautiful clear parts rather than having to use vac forms or anything. So let's have a quick look. Let's have a look around the box. You see the beautiful artwork on the front. It's a lovely satin artwork, which is nice for us video makers because it means it's not all glossy. So on the side here we have one option. AS0125 looks like it's the kit number. So we've got L7021 coded as PSH from 264 Squadron. And we can see on the side here we've got 70 plus 3D printed parts at 30 microns with virtually no visible layer lines. 30 microns, for those that you don't know, 25 microns is approximately 1 thou. So it's just over a thou. A hair on your head is 4 thou. So basically the layer lines are basically a quarter of the hair on your head, if you like. We've got 11 injection molded clear parts. The pilot seat harness is included. We've got full colour decals for 2 aircraft, full mast set for transparent parts, fully detailed full colour instructions, and full colour aircraft profiles, colour notes and stencils, all included in the box. The kit is available, as I said in my review yesterday, or my face to cam video yesterday. The kit should be available around about the 4th of June 2025. And it's going to be available from Airscale. Is it written on here? No, it's not. It will be available from, just go to the Airscale website and find it, or www.airscaleprokits.co.uk. The cost is £295, and when you consider what is in the box and the fact that it's a small company, I think it's a reasonable price for something as complete as this. You will need absolutely nothing. No aftermarket mask, no aftermarket decals, no resin seats or cockpit harnesses or anything. It's all in here. So there we go. So look at the side of the box, as we say, and the other side of the box we have the night version. You can see here AS0125 is the kit number. We've got V1125 coded RAV from 410 Squadron, and there's a picture of the real thing there. You got that nice sort of crimson red spiral on the nose there. So that's one option, and that's the other. So you can do what you like. Right, now the kit is beautifully packaged. I have had a look in here, but I haven't looked in here, if you know what I mean. So there's a cardboard sleeve. The back of the box, by the way, is just blank. Okay, so you've got a lovely cardboard sleeve with the artwork, and then in here is a beautiful box. You can see on the front here we have like a magnetic latch, and then we open the box up and we can see that inside here we have some beautiful instructions, very sort of Zucchini-esque, if you like, with the sort of the official use Defiant 1 aeroplane Merlin 3 engine. So you can see on here we've got signed off by the Air Ministry, prepared by direction of the Minister of Aircraft Production, formulated by order of the Air Council. And then on the back we've got some beautiful pictures here of the Defiant. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun and in the morning we will remember them. Here we go. Some lovely images on there. So what we'll do first of all, we'll have a look at the instructions and go from there. But you can see in here that the actual design of the packaging and everything is absolutely spot on. It appears there is no damage whatsoever. So what we'll do, we'll close this up, put that to one side, and we'll have a look at the instructions. Now I'm probably going to have to turn the light off, aren't I, for this? Okay, so let's have a look at these instructions. So basically in here we've got an introduction to the kit, and it's telling us all about, you know, how to prepare the parts, how to get them off the bases and everything. So you'll have to get one of these and have a good old read of that yourself. I'll tell you what I can do. I can hold it up to the camera, and then you can freeze frame should you want to and have a read. And then down here we've got the actual aircraft stories themselves of the actual versions that you're able to do from the kit. As I say, this is the first time I've looked in here, so this is totally unprepared. So this is like a sprue call out. So here you can see we've got the platforms that the parts are printed on, and you can see here we've got the part numbers going around showing what every part is. So we've got our clear parts, we've got some external parts, we've got the cockpit, wheels, landing gear doors and everything there. We've got some ABS box, it's going to be strong parts, so it's going to be undercarriage legs and stuff like that, obviously printed with ABS. And then we've got turret parts here. So parts are actually done like Airfix does with the sprues in one, in set sort of thing. If you have not worked with 3D parts before, please see our instructional video for the best way to remove parts from their supports without damage, and I will give you a close-up of that email address, or that address. You can go and watch that video, and it shows you on there how to get the parts off. So going into the instructions, we're starting off obviously with the cockpit, and we're mounting the seat to the bulkhead. Now what you'll see with this, because it's 3D printed, the part count will be fairly small. You can imagine, even if this was something like Airfix or Revell, you know, this would probably be about 12 parts, this would probably be about 6 or 7 parts, this would probably be 10 or 12 parts, you know, 4 on here. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 parts taking place of probably 40 parts on a plastic kit. So it's simple in construction, but the detail is absolutely the best, because 3D printing gives you the best detail you can get. The only trouble is if the 3D printing is beautifully done and accurate to scale, parts can be very fragile, so be very careful. So we're talking about here how to assemble everything, and then even telling us when to add a decal. Add flare release decal A, so that's going down in there. Then we're going to assemble the seat belts. So if you've done seat belts before, you'll know how to do them. Just look at this to see how they go together. The seat belts will be in there. They're like a typical Sutton harness by the look of things, and they'll be flat backed. You'll have instructions in the, of course, there's instructions in the seatbelt set themselves. Assemble lap belts according to instructions on the card. Attach each side of the seat. So we've got latch belts going in as well. Lap belts, sorry. And then here you can see the lap belts being fitted to the just sitting over the side of the seat there. So we've got the left-hand sidewall construction. So this is the sort of port side of the fuselage. You've got the wing root there, as you can see. So we're adding in the throttle levers and everything there, and you can see there's a lovely close-up picture there. And these are all wartime pictures. They're not restored aircraft, so that's the main thing to take into account. This one here is probably a restored aircraft, but you know, it's showing you the colours and the locations and everything. And then here we've got the starboard side being made up. We've got the window going in there. For some reason, we're not putting a window in that one. And then we've got the instrument panel going together, so you can see this is made up of a lamination of many different parts and decals and clear film and everything, and it will look absolutely stunning. So we've got a 3D printed panel on the front, acetate, a decal, a 3D printed flat panel. Then we've got two 3D printed panels, two sheets of acetate, 2 decals, and a 3D printed instrument panel. So all in all, it's going to build up to a beautiful looking assembly. Here we have adding some decals into the instrument panel. So we've got some warnings there, and we've got a compass. That's a compass there. Not sure what that will be there. Okay, does it tell us? No, it doesn't. And then we're going to put the instrument panel into the starboard side of the fuselage, bringing the fuselage halves together, as you can see in there. We've got the picture of a restored aircraft, and we're adding that window now into there. It's going into the inside, so you could add it back further back should you want to. We're going to add the prop blades. So we've got prop blades going into the hub. Yeah, they're separate blades going into the hub, adding the spinner, exhausts going in the sides. Choose exhaust pipe style for version being model 38 for day fighter, which is the normal sort of exhaust, or 40 for the night fighter. which is the big flared ones. Here we're building up the rear part of the fuselage. If rear decking is to be fitted in retracted position, break off notches in rear fuselage marked with a circle there. Do not mount the decking yet. Add elevators 43 and 45. So we've got elevators going onto the stabilizers going onto the fuselage. And then here you can see this is the step they're talking about, I think, in the fuselage. So that's what's got to come out if you're going to have the rear decking retracted. So you've got this rear decking here is up. You can see in this image here it's up, and in this image here it's down. Okay, so you've got to decide at this point whether you're going to do that or not. Got some decals and bits and pieces there. Bringing the fuselage sections together. Hopefully it's going to have raised rivets and everything on it, so we'll have to be really careful, but probably glue this on, go around with some Mr. Surfacer, go around with a cotton bud with some leavening thinners, take away the excess, and it'll look gorgeous. Adding the inner wings, and then we've got to see the outer wings here. We've got some tip lights and we've got some landing lights and an aileron going in there. Looks like it doesn't have flaps, this aircraft. And then we're adding the outer wings, and then we've got some bits and pieces going down here. Not sure what this is showing us. Red oleo lock is for static restoration only. Okay. I'm not sure if he's giving us oleo locks in the kit. It looks like he might be. No, he's just got the undercarriage legs, so I'm not sure. Maybe we've got the parts in the box. We'll have to see. Got the nice tyres there with the weight on wheels by the look of it, and got some lovely close-up pictures there of the undercarriage. And we've got some undercarriage doors going in there. Building up the turret, so we've got all the turret internals again, 3 parts to replace probably 20 in a plastic kit. And then again we've got some more detail going in the underside there, so it's going to be beautiful in there. Not sure if it's going to be green or black or what. Probably green and aluminium on an early plane. And then we've got the guns themselves going in with the controls and everything. And yeah, as you can see, few parts with a few decals will make up a absolutely stunning assembly. It'll probably be the nicest 32nd scale turret you've ever built. We've got the side glazing going on, so we've got that going on there, and then we're going to add the rear glazing on there. And don't forget, we've also got masks for all of this as well. It looks like there the turret is all black actually. We shall see. It'd be a shame to do it all black because it'll hide all that lovely detail. Have to give it a wash and a dry brush. So we're going to plonk the turret down in there. Not sure if it needs to be glued. It'd be nice if it doesn't, then you can take it out to look at all that lovely, lovely detail. And then we've got the rear deck going on. We've got this deck going on here, and we've got the clear parts going on here. So you can see here's photographs of the actual model. And then here we've got stencil layouts, so we've got our bonding strip layouts and everything. So we've got the red for the night fighter and black for the day fighter. Not many stencils, but there are a few. Okay. And then we've got colour callouts here, and the colour callouts are in, blimey, Guns, Humbrol, Model Master, Tamiya, Viejo, AK Real Colour, Ammo by MiG, Mr. Paint, and Extra Colour. You couldn't ask for more than that, could you? Yeah, I'd love it. You see, a man after my own heart. Interior green or grey green. A lot of people would say Tamiya XF71. No, it's too dark. The Tamiya in cockpit green is Japanese. So the turret of the Defiant had a black interior and external upper frames. The remainder of the external parts were either black, dark green, or either of the camouflage colours. That's a shame. Shame it's not aluminium and green inside. It really popped then. But as I say, bit of there's some templates there for doing the instrument panel, which is a nice touch. And then here we've got the colours, the schemes. So we've got the day scheme here, we've got the night scheme here. Mask download for L7021. Scan the QR code to access the file. Not sure what that's all about. It could be that you can actually mask. He's done a program so you can actually cut masks. It includes masks for the clear parts, but it looks like maybe you can download masks so you can actually make your own masks for the kit itself. It's cool. So we've got the all the colours down here again. We've got sky, dark earth and dark green, and here we've got special night, which they're calling rubber black from Tamiya XF85 or LP65, and there's no alternative for Humbrol and Model Master. So there we are. So there's your night fighter, there's your day fighter there, and there's your night fighter. As we showed you earlier on the back, we got some lovely pictures. So beautiful, beautiful instructions, very, very thorough, lots of images and colour images and everything, so really cool, very nicely done. Now here we have decals, get the bag open, very high quality packaging again. So we get these out of here. Maybe that's a tight fit. And then we've got Air Ministry Survival Guide for official use only. Emergency shit happens card. In the course of your mission, parts being missing or broken, you may even lose to the enemy and break one yourself. Use this card and email info@airscale.co.uk and one of our special operations operatives will ensure your mission is successful. That's great, Peter. Brilliant. So we've got masks here for our clear parts. They're vinyl masks. Unfortunately, I'd rather have kabuki tape masks, but they are what they are. And then here we've got our Sutton Heat seatbelt set. Okay, this is available SB32QK. This is available separately should you want to get this for your Spitfire, Hurricane, or whatever. But there's our seat belts. We've got our clear acetate for the instrument panel in there. And then here we have our decals, decals, whatever. These are made by Fantasy Print Shop. These will go down very, very nicely, but I would recommend not using setting solution with them. What I found with these, with micro set, what I found with these, if you put micro set down, it's particularly on a gloss finish, when you lay them down, they could slide, but as soon as you touch them, that's it, they're down, you can't move them again. So probably better to just put them down with water, and then perhaps use some micro sol or something on them afterwards if you want to, but they will go down beautifully without micro set under them. So we can see here we've got the roundels. So these are going to be for the night version, I guess, and this is going to be for the day version. We've got all our stencils going around here. We've got our instrument panel there. Some more stencils and bits and pieces there. We've got our bonding labels, joists. So very nice indeed. And it looks like on here, he's even got the, I don't know if you can make that out, but there's part of that red has been blacked out with the blue. And you can see how he's done it, and it's dark around the centre. And the same on there. It's like they've painted over what was originally there. So yeah, very nicely done. And that there's for your spinner for the Night Fighter version. Very nice indeed. So we'll put those away in a minute rather than straw with the bag on camera. So we'll put those over there underneath the box. Right. I'm just going to pause the video a second because I'm intrigued on this scanning for a mask thing. Hang on a second. Okay, so I've had a look, and basically if you scan the QR code, you get this. Well, you can see that, but basically it's a layout of the masks, and you can view the file, and then you can print them off yourself. Not quite sure how you print them, whatever. Obviously you could look deeper into it and go from there, but it's basically if you don't want to use the decals and you want to paint the roundels and everything yourself. So very cool, very thoughtful. Thank you very much. So there we go. We can see here where those roundels have been painted out, and they've got the actual painted out colours on. The same on the sides here. Incredible. Incredibly well done. So there we go. Right. Let's have a look in here. What have we got in here? We have bags, boxes, stuff. I'm going to put this over here. Okay. So we have here, first of all, a cardboard tray. Let's move this over a second. Let's get the light on now so you can see better what we're looking at. So we've got here, this says fragile. These are our clear parts just laying on top, so we'll have a look at those in a minute. So this is going to be our first frame, and this looks like this is the actual turret. So I know in the start of the instructions it talks about preparation. You might want to give them a quick flash over because they may be a little bit sticky in places or whatever, but a bit of IPA on a cotton bud and it gets rid of any remaining wet resin or whatever it is that's on there. But we can see here this is absolutely stunning. We've got the base of the turret here, and then we've got the turret ring here. We've got the ammo bins, ammo boxes there, and then we've got the seat and the armor plating on the sides for the gunner. You can see his seat there. And then we've got lots of small greeblies and bits and pieces down inside. Absolutely beautifully printed. Very nice resin to work with as well, the one that Peter uses. I don't know which one he uses, but you can see down in there the detail on those parts down inside is stunning. And then on the back there of the ammo boxes, see that corrugated sheet or whatever it is going around there. So yeah, very, very nicely done indeed. Put that back in there for safe keeping. There we go. And then this one says fragile, handle with care. Probably best to push it out the bottom. Yes. Oh, okay. That's the way it's going to go, is it? Right, so this is going to be our fuselage halves. Get this open without destroying it if we can. Okay. So these are our two fuselage halves. We've got a lovely black rubber band on there, if there is such a thing as a lovely rubber band. There we go. So there's our fuselage halves. You can see in here, absolutely beautifully printed. We've got all the corrugated ribbing in there. So we've got the actual the ribs and the stringers, if you like. Beautifully done. We've got a lever up there, that's probably a canopy release. And then externally we have it's recessed rivet detail, so that's better for sanding. I'm not sure if it would have been flat riveted or raised rivets, whatever. I'm not an aficionado on the Boulton Paul Defiant. But you can see, unlike with if they mould this and they don't use slide moulding, you lose the detail. On here we've got all the detail there, solid. It's beautiful. All the fastener detail on the panels and the wing root fairing there. And then when we look up in here, the detail in the gear bay is just astonishing. You can see we've got a little wet patch there. Just go over that with a cotton bud with a drop of IPA and it'll be gone. Got a bit there as well. And that little vent there looks like a little vent, or maybe that's where a step goes for the pilot. So that's that side, and then on this side, a little bit more detail on the inside, but we've got panels and stuff to go in there which will brighten it all up. And then coming over the other side again, we have the beautiful wheel bay detail in there, which is exquisite. You can imagine that, painted, washed, dry brushed. That's all it needs. It's going to look stunning. Maybe pick out some pipe work. Beautiful, beautiful. It doesn't seem to have any location pins or anything, but it does. I guess it does. It has a little disc there, so you've got this formation light, whatever it is there, is made on there, and then that one is going to sit in a recess on that side. So that's going to help locate them together. So that's how they're going to go. Obviously, this is when it was printed, this was the side with the supports on. So this is going to need a very quick sort of flashing over on a piece of emery or something, or I'd recommend a sanding stick rather than a piece of emery, because when you do big pits like this, if you put a sheet of wet and dry down, when you go like this, the wet and dry tends to lift as you make your circular motions, so you end up with sort of beveled edges. So it's better to get a large flat stick like this Infinity one, and just like that, and that gives you a nice square edge. Then that's all it will take is a quick flash over and it'll be done. So very beautiful indeed. I'm going to start building a pile of parts, I think, over here. We'll get rid of that cardboard as well. And then in here we have our rear fuselage sections. So this is a little bag which has been taped closed. Get rid of the tape. As I say, guys, this will be available from roughly the 4th of June. He said 3 weeks from yesterday, which is 4th of June. But obviously, you know, it could be 2 weeks, it could be 4 weeks. So you can see here we've got the beautiful rear fuselage section, and that's just printed in one piece. So no seam lines to worry about here, guys. Very nice. And these are the little notches. Those little notches there are what you'll have to remove if you want to have the deck down. But very, very nice indeed. You can see here we've got the clear stuff sticking out. As I say, just get some IPA on a cotton bud and that'll be gone. And again here, get your sanding stick, just right over the front. Just you can see on there the little dots where it's been printed. You can see you've got one particular bit raised sticking out there, and then that is going to sit on the back of the fuselage like that. It's not going to fit now because the fuselage halves haven't gone fully together, but you can see now, you can get a rough idea of the size of this thing. It's going to be quite a big old beast, and it'll look great, you know, in your 1/32 scale collection. And then here we've got the nose. No engine in this one, guys, so all you moaners can moan about not having an engine. I guess if you wanted to put an engine in it, you could use the Fishcop engine destined for the Qatari Spitfire. You could probably use that one. Well, that's probably the wrong mark or something, I don't know. There we go. So there's our beautiful nose. You can see that typical squared off section there. Absolutely gorgeous. All the fastener detail on there is stunning. It's beautiful. Really, really nice. Absolutely gorgeous. You've got those little air intakes on the side. You've got the main air intake on the bottom. So let's just have a look just to see. So that's going to go. That's going to fit up inside there. When the fuselage is together, that will fit up inside there. But you can get an idea now of the size of this model. There we go. It's roughly, I'd say that's 12 inches. Roughly. I don't have a spare hand to grab a rule, but there we go. It's about. I'm just looking at the scale on the top of the board. I can see up there. It's about 12 inches long, without the rudder. So it's going to, and the prop is going to be about 13, I guess. So nice big open cockpit as well. That it's got the you'll see all that detail in here. It's not going to be all closed in like on a Hellcat or whatever. So yeah, very nice indeed. Lovely model, isn't it? It's beautiful. Right, let's have a look in this box here. We've got this all sort of beautifully packaged in here. You can see it's all sort of fitting in nice and snugly and tightly together and holding itself in place. Right, so we have this bag here is containing some small parts. Let's see what they are. I'll never get this back in. I'll have to go back and watch the video to see how it all goes. Oh, there's our landing lights. Look at them. Wow. They're gorgeous, aren't they? You see, this is the thing I'm talking about. Like I said at the beginning, the kit is £295 and some people will go, oh, what? You know, but you go and buy a Tamiya Spitfire for say £100, £120, whatever they are now. You know, and you think, oh, I'm going to get some resin wheels and I'm going to get some metal undercarriage and I'm going to get some landing lights and some machine gun bays and I'll get some new barrels for the guns and I'll get some seat belts, you know, and then decals, because the decals in that kit are horrible. Before you know it, you've spent £295. So, you know, it's not actually that bad. And when you think this is a one-man band that's making this kit, all of the time and effort that's had to go into it, and also assistance from other people, which has to be paid for as well. So we've got another bag here. This has got our prop blades in it. So I'll get this box out of the way. got our prop blades here, looking absolutely stunning, really slim. That's another thing you might want to get for aftermarket for your Spitfire, some new prop blades. These are absolutely gorgeous. And you've got the lovely detail on the bottom end as well. It's so fine, I'm not sure you're even going to pick it up on here, but it's gorgeous, the detail on there. Very nice indeed. Obviously, if you're building one of these, super glue, 5-minute epoxy, whatever, your Tamiya extra thin isn't going to work on this. So here's a little box of undercarriage parts. So we've got wheels, tyres, got more landing lights. So maybe different versions of landing lights, is it? Yeah, these are bigger and offset. These are smaller and central. So different versions of landing lights there. So you've got beautiful tyres. I don't see any tyre lettering. I'm not sure there would have been any, but I'm sure if there was, Peter would have put it on there. You can see we've got wheels, beautiful wheels down in there. We've got gear doors, which have gorgeous internal detail and external detail. They are lovely. Got raised and recessed rivets on them. You can see them there, and the wheels are gorgeous. The tyres have a lovely sort of, they properly look like bulged tyres, don't they? You know, inflated rubber tyres. You can see a hinge detail or latch detail, whatever, there on the undercarriage doors on the inside. So, lovely, lovely, lovely. Very lovely. Okay, and we got, obviously now this is going to be wings. So we have a bag here with outer wing sections, and I only get one out. I don't need to get them both out. Obviously you get two, of course. So you're going to get okay. So there we've got our surface detail on there, which is sublime. It's beautiful. Very much akin to the Tamiya Spitfire. You know, the surface detail on that is stunning. So that's all very nice indeed. It's actually hollow there as well. Yeah, the whole thing's hollow. That surprises me. You see there's a recess for your landing light. Got the recess there for the navigation lights. You can see on there, because of the way it's been printed, you can see you've got some layer lines which give you that look of a spiral. But a quick flash over with a stick and a primer, is going to be gone. But yeah, absolutely stunning. He's also thoughtfully put this, done it so that that's on the underside. Gorgeous. It's nice as well because you have no seam lines to worry about or anything. You're just going to plonk this all together. It's like a, I want to say it's like a big Lego set, but it's not, is it? It's nothing like a Lego set. But minimal part count is not always a bad thing, guys. We all love building, that's why we do it for the hobby. But, you know, how many times have you heard people moan about mini art, including me? You know, unnecessarily large part counts. They don't make for a fun build. Yes, they're great for detail, but, you know, as I always say, that Border Model Lancaster has got the nicest detailed cockpit I've ever seen. And the right hand side of the cockpit is just one piece. So, you know, bear that in mind. So there's our wing. So that's the inner section of the wing. So this outer section is going to slide into there. I don't want to force it because I might not want to come apart again, but it will slide into there. There we go. Yeah, I don't want to force it because it might not want to come out again, but it's a nice and snug fit. And you can see there that wing is going to pop inside there, so you'll have this joining band here, which is obviously real on the aircraft. So that'll look very nice indeed. But you can get an idea now of the wingspan of the model. Again, that's a tight fit. You get an idea there. So your wingspan's going to be, again, sort of 12-14 inches. So nice size model, bigger than a Spitfire. Also it's like a Tonka toy, and it's very chunky, the Defiant, compared to a Spitfire. So there's that one. Oh, we haven't looked at this yet, have we? Got the inner bay here. The inner workings of the gear bay. Got pipe work there, look, printed in, which is gorgeous. We've got the walls there. It's a beauty. It's a beauty for sure. Then we got, these boxes are all sort of interlocked. Such a snug fit, they're really difficult to get out. There we go. Right. So this is our cockpit. So, oh no, this is the turret. Nope, this is the ABS parts. Okay, that's what this is. Right, so we've got our cockpit seat there with the control column in it. You can see down in there. Okay, we've got our guns here. Our machine guns, 303s by the look of it. With the cooling jackets on them, and you can see the holes in them. All beautifully done. Undercarriage legs. So be careful what you're chopping off here, because I think part of what looks like a support is actually part of the undercarriage leg. And we've got some dipoles down in there as well, some antenna down in here. So everything needs to be strong. Oh, there's the tail wheel down in there, not hiding away. Down in the bottom here. What I really need to do is break these boxes up and show you the detail. You've got a throttle quadrant there, which is absolutely superb. Down in there you can see. Yeah, it's beautiful, isn't it? And then here we've got another box. This is box A. So this is our hub and our spinner. We've got exhaust mounting plates there for the exhausts, and we've got our standard here daytime exhaust and nighttime exhaust there. They're all beautifully done. Again, you would probably want to get resin exhaust for your model if it's plastic. There's that rear deck that can be up or down. We've got more prop blades here, more dipoles there, and then we've got they're the elevators. So the elevators and tailplanes and elevators, and then we've got ailerons there. We've got the air intake there, and then there's the rudder on the end. You can see the surface texture on the rudder is gorgeous. The fabric texture on there is beautiful. You can see it also on the elevators there as well. It's got some of the nicest surface texture I've ever seen on a model. And of course it would have, because A, it's 3D printed, and B, Peter knows his stuff, like absolutely knows his stuff. So here we have, this is the bulkhead at the back of the cockpit. We've got all the equipment for in the cockpit there. We've got the instrument panel down in there, you can see. And then here we've got the cockpit floor. This is what I was talking about. Look at that cockpit floor. You've got all the rudder detail there, the lines, you've got the star in the middle, everything that, you know, we all would assemble that from a Tamiya kit from 12 parts and say, wow, look at that, but this is just bang, there it is. All you've got to do is paint it. We've got our three, see down across here, we've got our three panels for our instrument panel, and they've got all the texture on them, the detail on the faces. We've got more down in here. So if you can get to see through the side there, if I just grab a cutter and cut away part of this side so you can see the beautiful instrument panel. So just cut away this part here. There we go. We'll cut it up there. In fact, I should be able to just snap that off. That was very strong. Normally 3D printed resin just snaps really easily. Blimey, that is strong. That's good to know, isn't it? That is really good to know, because often 3D printing is very brittle. That is, look at that. And it's just returning to shape as well. That's really good to know. So now with that out of the way, you can see that beautiful. Come on, camera, focus. There we go. That beautiful detail on that instrument panel face. Just look at the detail in that bulkhead section of the seat support. Beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful. So I've got to get all this back in the box now. Right, so I'm going to get this back in the box, and then we'll come back and have a... Oh no! I'm going to get it back in the box actually, and then we'll come back and have a look at the clear parts. That's what we'll do. Yippee! We got it all back in there. That took some doing. So there we are. It's all back in there, all nice and safe now. And there we are. So let's have a look at these clear parts. I love these little bags. They're very difficult to get the parts back into because the resin kind of, I don't know, it kind of sticks to the surface, if you like. Oh, these are nice. Oh yeah. Very nice indeed. I wonder who's made these for him. They are very nice indeed. As you can see, no distortion really. Nope, no distortion in there. And then we've got our lovely wide windscreen there. Again, no distortion. If we put the sanding stick behind, you can see the writing behind there. It's not distorted at all. Main canopy, looking very nice indeed. And then we got our landing lights, which again are lovely and clear. It's not particularly thin, but there's no distortion, so that's good. Yeah, very nice indeed. Very nice. Right. So then guys, there we go. That has been a review of this beautiful new kit from Peter over at Airscale. I want to thank Peter very much for sending it to me. It was a very unexpected surprise. I knew it was coming, but I didn't know when. So it was a very unexpected surprise and very gratefully received. So now you're asking, will I build it? Yes, I will. Because it's 1/32, it's my favourite scale. It's not too big, it's not got a massive part count, it shouldn't burn me out. So yeah, we're going to give it a go, I think. And as I say, everything's in the box. It is absolutely beautiful, and you can imagine this standing amongst your other 1/32 scale aircraft and parked with a Spitfire and a Hurricane. It's going to look absolutely gorgeous in that beautiful box. I mean, this is the sort of box you could, after you've built the model, you could present a gift to your wife or your mother in it. I mean, it'd be unbelievable, beautiful. So that'll slide across there like that. And there we go. And that is our Boulton Defiant 1/32 scale from Airscale Pro. Contact Peter, express an interest, go and order one. The first batch is 100. I don't know if there'll be another batch after that, but there probably will. Thank you for watching, guys. Seriously now, any questions? Oh, this is a big antenna on the bottom, isn't it? That's quite a feature. Any questions you have, anything else you want to see, again, if you want to see something closer, you want me to break the frets away or whatever, then just pop the comments down in the comments down below. And what I'll do after a few days and a few comments have gone, and if there's a few questions, I'll make another video to answer those questions. Okay, so thank you for watching. I'll see you all soon. Bye for now.